Hello and welcome to evaluating expressions and making substitutions in given formula in words and symbols and following the order of precedence of operators including indices. So in your lecture today, you are going to be able to evaluate expressions and make substitutions into formulas and words and symbols, okay? So you're going to have to exchange a letter for a number in order to work out what something once was, as well as use BIDMAS to follow the correct way of working out calculations and use some indices as well. So let's take our time with this one and hopefully you understand everything as we go. So first of all, what is BIDMAS? Well, BIDMAS is the order in which we do things. So when trying to work out answers or when using formula, we have to use BIDMAS, okay? It's the order in which we do calculations. So BIDMAS stands for brackets, indices, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. Meaning that if you get a question that has brackets in it, you must do that first. And then that you do the indices. Your indices are your square numbers. So you could have 4 squared, you can have 7 cubed. So anything with a little number at the top, that's an indices. And indices is also a square root. So if you had the square root of 64, you'd have to work that out. You would then do division, then multiplication, then addition and subtraction. Sometimes you might have to do multiplication before you do division, and the same with subtraction, okay, because of the way the question is worded. That's okay, these can be interchanged, all right? So I'm going to show you some examples. Here we have a question, 4 times 3 minus 6 divided by 2. Here is our BIDMAS list, just to make sure we remember it. We've not got any brackets in here, so we haven't got to do that, all right? We also haven't got any indices, so we haven't got to do that. We do, however, have some division. We have 6 divided by 2, okay, in this question, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. So I'm just going to change that to 3. I've then got some multiplication. I've got 4 times 3, so I'm going to do that next. 4 times 3 is 12, so that becomes 12. Now, in the middle there, you probably can't see it now because I've gone over it with the box. There is a subtraction just here. So now what we're left with is 12 take away 3. We obviously haven't got any addition, so we don't have to do that. But then we've got the subtraction to do. 12 take away 3 is 9. So your final answer for this question is 9. And that's it. You're done. So you've gone through the list and you've made sure you've done it in order and you've got the right answer. Let's do another one. Why don't you pause the video and have a go at this one? We've got 2 squared times 4 plus, and then we've got brackets, 7 take away 3. And I've put the BIDMAS list right there for you so you can tick it off as you go. Okay, so here we go then. So we've got brackets. Okay, so we need to do that first, all right? So all together, just a quick reminder, 2 squared times 4 plus, and then in brackets, 7 take away 3. In our list of BIDMAS, we have to do brackets first, and in the brackets, we have 7 take away 3. Okay, I know that's a subtraction, but because it's in brackets, we have to do it first. So 7 take away 3 is 4, so that turns into 4. Okay, we then have indices on our list, and we do have some indices. We have 2 squared. This is the indices just here. And 2 squared is 4. So that turns into 4 as well. We are now left with 4 times 4 plus 4. So can you see here? That's gone and turned into 4. We've then got this times 4. We've then got add, and then this went, and we've got 4 again. So 4 times 4 plus 4. So we've got no division to do, okay, but then we're on to multiplication. So we've got multiplication now. We've got 4 times 4. And 4 times 4 becomes 16. So now we're left with 16 plus 4. So we can just add them together. 16 plus 4 is 20. And we've got no subtraction to do, so we're finished. So our answer is 20. All right, so I hope you got that one right if you had a go at it before I went through it. Okay, we've got a little bit of, it's a little bit harder still. So again, press pause, have a go, and here's your list of BIDMAS to help you. All right, if you've had a go at that, let's have a look first then. Now, we've got brackets here, okay, which means we have to do the brackets first. But inside the brackets, we have some indices, which means that's the first bit we have to do in the bracket. Okay, we can't do 3 add 4 and then square. Okay, we have to do 3 squared first and then add 4, which might sound obvious to some of you, but anyway. And 3 squared is 3 times 3, which is 9. So then we end up with 9 plus 4. Okay, so that whole section there becomes 13. Okay, so that whole middle bit becomes 13. So I'm just going to put that down for you. 3 squared plus 4 becomes 9 plus 4, which is 13. Okay, so this whole section, I'm just going to put it on with a circle, becomes 13. Okay, so then we're left with 3 times 13 minus 8. Okay, we have no division to do, which was next on our list, so then we have to do the multiplication. 3 times 13 is 39. Okay, so that whole bit there becomes 39. And we have no addition, so we're just left with 39 take away 8. 39 take away 8 is 31. So your final answer is 31. Okay, so hopefully you feel confident with that now. And what I'd like you to do is pause the video and have a go at these, and then press play and I'll pop the answers up. Okay, if you've had a go at that. So the first one, 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3, 11. Okay, remember to use BIDMAS, obviously. Okay, the next one will be 1, and then 10, and then 15. Okay, because you end up with 20 take away 5, because 15 divided by 3, which you have to do first. The next one is 11, and then we have 26, and then 7, 25, 121, 19, 26, and then finally on this last one you might struggle a little on here. 2 times 5 is 10, okay, and 3 plus 1 is 4. Because it's in brackets you have to do all of that first, and then you've got 14. 14 squared is 196, because then you have to do the squared. Okay, so if there are any of those that you didn't get right, try and go back through the rules and see if you can figure out where you might have gone wrong. Right, what we're going to do now is we're going to go through this even harder question. So why don't you pause the video and have a go, and then press play for the answer. Okay, so if you've had a go at that one, let's have a look at how we do this then. So here's our list of BIDMAS. Sorry, I could have put that before for you. So if you still want to pause the video and have a go, go on. But you should remember that by now. You've got to try and remember this. So, okay, so in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to treat the top and the bottom as if they are separate questions, and then we'll deal with it all together at the end. Okay, so we're going to first look at the top section, the 3 times 4 minus 5 bit. We've not got any brackets or indices or division. The first thing that we come to is multiplication. So we have 3 times 4, which is 12, okay? So then what we do is we've got no addition. Okay, so we've just got this 12 here. This becomes 12. So we're just going to do the subtraction. 12 take away 5, which is 7. Okay, so we know 7 now goes on the top. Okay, I'm just going to leave that there for a minute. So 7 over the top of 11 plus and then 9 divided by 3 in brackets. So what we're going to do now that we've dealt with the top, is we're going to leave that alone and we're going to look at the bottom. So we have this 11 plus and then we've got 9 divided by 3 in brackets here. Okay, so this 9 divided by 3, if we look at our list, we do have brackets, which is why we have to deal with that first. I know it's a division, but it's in brackets. So we have to do 9 divided by 3, okay, which is 3. So this section here becomes 3. We have no indices to deal with, no division left, no multiplication, but we do have an addition. Okay, so we're left with 11 plus and then 3. So 11 plus 3 is 14. And that means that 14 would be on the bottom. So our fraction ends up being 7 on the top and 14 on the bottom. 7 over 14 is the same as a half because 7 is a half of 14. Okay, so our answer is a half. Okay, so that's about as difficult as it's going to get in terms of actually tackling things with BIDMAS. But make sure that once we look at formula and things like that, or equations or doing further formula, when we look at surface area and volume, you still need to do the correct operations. We still need to do it in the right order. Okay? Okay, substitution then. Now, if you'd like to pause the video and have a go at this, then please go ahead. You might already know how to do it. It says that if r equals 6, then what is, and it gives you some questions. Okay, so pause the video and have a go, and then press play, and I will explain substitution. Okay, if you've had a go, all it's saying here is when we substitute, we just put the numbers in place of the letters. Okay, and there will be more difficult ones to have a look at in a moment. But the first one says 5 take away r. Well, 5 take away r means 5 take away 6 because it's telling us that r equals 6. And 5 take away 6 is minus 1. So you should have got minus 1 for the first one. 4r means 4 times r, which is 4 times 6. Well, 4 times 6 is 24, so you should have got that one. C is saying a half times r, or a half times 6, or half of 6. So you should have just got 3. 6r minus 40, well, 6r means 6 times r, which is 6 times 6, and then minus 40. Be very careful because you've still got to do this bit first. The multiplication still has to come first. So you end up with 36 take away 40, which is minus 4. Okay? And then the last one is 9r minus 10, which is 9 times r, which is 9 times 6, minus 10. Okay? 9 times 6 is 54. So 54 minus 10 is 44. Okay, so substitution isn't too difficult. Don't forget, we need to make sure we remember that when the letters and numbers are next to each other, it means times, like that. Okay, 4 times 6, a half times 6, 6 times 6, and 9 times 6. R isn't always 6. They will tell you what the letter is, and it's also not always R. It could tell you that X is this, or Y is that, or whatever number or letter, but it will tell you what it is. Now then, we have more difficult questions that are based on formula and substitution. For example, the area of a triangle. The area of a triangle is given by A equals base times height divided by 2. Find the area when B is 9 and H is 10. Okay, so pause the video if you like, have a go at that one, and press play for the answer. Okay, if you've had a go. So what it's saying is that the area of a triangle, if I just drew a triangle here just for this sake, the base is 9, B, height is 10, okay? And you can work out the area of any triangle using this formula here, okay? So it's saying that A equals base times height over 2. That means that A equals 9 times 10 over 2 because the base was 9 and the height was 10. Well, that gives us 90 over 2. So A equals 90 over 2, which means that A equals 45. Now, we don't know what units they were, whether they were centimetres or metres, so I'm just going to put units squared, because area is always in squared, units squared, okay? It's because area has 2 dimensions, so we put a little 2 there, okay? Okay. Right, what about this one then? Aisha's age is given by A equals 3J minus 3. Find Aisha's age when J equals 15. Pause the video and do that question. Okay, if you've had a go. This one's not too bad. It's saying that A equals 3J, which is 3 times J, minus 3. Well, J is 15. So A equals 3 times 15 minus 3. Don't forget, we still need to follow the rules of BIDMAS, which means we need to do that first. So 3 times 15 is 45. Take away 3. So Aisha's age is 45, take away 3, which is 42. 42 years old. Okay? Not too bad. All right, one more then. Another type of question that you might get. The voltage in a circuit is given by V equals IR. Find the voltage when I equals 2 and R equals 20. Again, pause the video and have a quick go at that one. Okay, if you've done that, V equals IR. That means V equals I times R, remember? The letters are next to each other, that means times. Well, I is 2 and R is 20. So the voltage is 2 times 20, which is 40. 40 volts. Okay? Not too bad at all. I think that's good, actually. Okay, so basically then, you have been able to evaluate expressions and make substitutions, given formula in words and symbols. Yes, you have. And you've been able to follow the order of precedence, meaning BIDMAS. So well done if you've done all of those questions. And even if you didn't get them right in the first place, I hope you've gone back and revised them and used BIDMAS to help you get them right. So well done, and I look forward to seeing you next time.